How do you rate your own performance, and what was your feelings on the fight?
Yeah, I would rate my performance a 5 out of 10. I could sit here all day and make excuses. I could have zigged when I should have zagged. I could have, it was a timing thing because I was off. But that's not the cloth. That's not the cloth that I was cut from. So I'm not going to make excuses. There's a reason the front window is bigger than the rear view. So, it's in the past now. I'm not going to worry about the past. I'm going to focus on what's next. There's a guy that's been talking a lot of shit to me in the media. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Everybody thinks he's a nice guy. He's had a lot to say about me. So I'd love to see him say that to me in the cage, in the octagon.
What exactly has he been saying about you?
Oh, he was just saying some stuff before the fight. Oh, he's going to get his jaw broke. Oh, this and that. He's always talking shit, throwing shade. So I'd love to see him say it to my face. He's always got things to say to you guys in the media, but I've never seen him come up to me face to face. We were backstage at the press conference. He kept his head down the whole time. So he always has things to say. I'm a man of my word. I say things to people and I look them right in the eye and I say, let's do it. Let's go in the octagon. So, I'd love to see him, sometime next year. And, we've been at the top of the division for the longest. We're two guys that have never fought, that have been at the top of the division for years. So, I think that's the fight that makes the most logical sense next.
I know you say you don't want to make excuses, but bear in mind the inactivity that you've had to have over the last couple of years. Would you like to get back in there as soon as possible and try and compete more regularly to maybe help with those timing issues you mentioned?
Of course, I want to be an active fighter. I want to be a company man. I want to be a guy that, comes out here and puts on performances and shows for the UFC and makes them money as regularly as possible. I don't want to be getting sucker punched in the street and take more damage in the streets than I ever took in the octagon. So, I need to get my timing back, and I will. I'll go back to work. I know what I need to work on, and, I held back a lot in that fight. So I don't even feel like I was in a fight. It feels like I just was in fucking a practice round. So, I'm a lot better than that, and I'm still 35 years young, and my best is yet to come.
Did Leon do anything in there that surprised you? Did his wrestling surprise you? He managed to get you down a couple of times and vice versa, but did he surprise you at all?
No, he didn't surprise me at all. I thought I had rounds 3, 4, and 5. Started out a little slow in the first 2 rounds, but those rounds still felt like toss-up rounds. But, he's the champion, so I know I had to go out there and take it from him. But, I'm very grateful for bringing out Donald Trump tonight, the most famous person on the planet. He's done so much for my career. I'm thankful for the man he is, and I'm thankful for what's to come. I'm going to be on the campaign trail with him. I want to help him get reelected. I want to make sure that there's no more rigged elections here in America, and we need to stop these wars. That's the biggest thing. Look at all the wars going on. He kept peace in the Middle East. There was no war that he led us into. So he kept our borders safe. He kept inflation down. You guys can all hate him, but look at what he did for all your guys' bank accounts. Like, your bank accounts were so much better under him. Gas was $2 a gallon. You go to the grocery store and it's 300% uprise with Biden in office. So Trump did so many great things for this country, and I'm looking forward to seeing what his next move is and getting him elected in 2024.
Last one from me, and I feel like I know what your answer will be on this, but Leon mentioned in the cage how your comments at the press conference really sort of emotionally hurt him, and he struggled with that, and the death of his father still weighs on him heavy. Do you maybe regret those comments and think, actually, okay, that was one time I maybe did go a little bit too far?
Not at all. Why would I have sympathy for a sex trafficker, someone who's impacted and hurt a lot of people's lives? The truth always stings the worst in the world. So, no, I don't feel bad about that at all. Let's talk about all the victims that he left behind that are surviving of the trauma and the turmoil that he put these people's lives through. So I don't feel bad at all. Why would I feel bad for a criminal?
Colby, right here. You've kind of put yourself in a position where people want to see you fight whether there's a title on the line or not. You versus Jorge is one of those random non-title fights that headlined a pay-per-view, but that was like a heated rivalry that sold. Is Wonderboy a big enough name or a big enough dance partner that you two could headline a pay-per-view, or do you view him as like, oh, this is a fight night headliner against him?
I don't make those decisions. Those are way above my pay grade. That's up to Hunter Campbell, Dana White, Ari Emanuel. Whatever they see fit is best for the business. I'm a company man. I want to do the biggest and best business in this company, but I do feel like that's a premier matchup in the welterweight division. We've been at the top of the division for years, and we've never crossed paths, and he's had a lot of things to say about me. Oh, Colby this, oh, Colby that. So, I'd like to see him say those things to my face in that UFC octagon.
You also had a lot of things to say about Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland obviously said a lot of things about you at the press conference the following day. He was in attendance. I'm curious if, say, he doesn't come out on top against Dricus, is that a fight you would be entertained at all, just considering the history of words between you two?
Of course, he's been running his mouth, and nothing he say makes sense. Oh, Colby goes to the cops. Bro, you called the cops just a couple weeks ago, dude, when there was someone at your front door. And then you pistol whipped him in the middle of the street. So I think he needs to worry about what he's got to get through with the justice system first before he even talks about fighting. That guy's a train wreck, dude. That guy's for sure going to do something stupid in the next couple years, and we're all going to be talking in the media about this and that, about how bad decisions he makes. So, of course, I'd love to shut his mouth. There's a reason he couldn't cut it at 170. This is the toughest division in the UFC. Everybody knows that. Most people on planet Earth walk around this weight. So, if Sean wants to go, let's do it. That's an easy fight for me.
Well, going off of what you said a little bit ago, did you hear that he had to be escorted out of the arena because he jumped at Dricus?
I did not hear that, but I'm not surprised. That guy does not make very good decisions, and he's a liability to the company. It's sad what he's done. I feel bad that the UFC has to deal with him as the champion. You just don't know what he's going to say next or what he's going to do, and whose lives he's going to put at harm and risk. So that's embarrassing, dude. Like, you're at a professional event, dude. You're going to fight the guy in a couple months. What are you doing, man? Like, you're going to get your opportunity to do whatever you want to him. But, Dricus is class act, and, I got a lot of respect for him. I hope he knocks Sean unconscious.
Colby, right here in front of you. Looking at your expression when the decision was read, you seemed a bit surprised. At that moment in time, did you think that you had done enough?
I did. I thought the third, fourth, and fifth round were mine. The fifth was mine easily. The fourth I thought was mine as well, too. And, I thought I did enough in the third. He didn't put any damage on me. He got a couple low kicks, but then I started checking him at the end. So, I thought I had the win. I thought I did enough. But, the judges have never favored me. They hate me because I support Trump. And, everybody hates Trump in this building. So, it is what it is. Life goes on.
Did you talk to him at all after the fight?
No, I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet. I'll probably be able to talk to him after that, and just thank him. Just thank him so much for coming out and making this a spectacle, and all the support he gives to me and shows me. He gives me American Dragon energy every time I talk to him. He uplifts me and makes me want to be greater. So I thank Donald Trump so much for believing in a small kid from Springfield, Oregon, a nobody. I came from a blue collar family, and I had nothing, and now I have a lot of things, and now I have the most famous person in the world on speed dial that I can call at any time and get advice from. So, I just feel upset that I didn't stick to the game plan that he had told me, and but it is what it is. Like I said, life goes on. I think I can come back from this stronger and face this adversity head on, and I'll see Leon again down the road.
And you did have the chance, it seemed like, in the cage afterwards to talk to or yell at back and forth with Leon's corner. I guess, what were you guys saying to one another back and forth there?
He was just saying headshot dead. I'm like, bro, you don't even have guns in the UK. What are you fucking talking about, dude? You fucking bow to a king, dude. I don't fucking bow to nobody. We have fucking constitutional rights in America. So the guy is just blah, 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 blah. He's got nothing fucking to say, like, just the guy's fucking fake news. Everything he says that comes out of his mouth is just a fucking joke. So, I didn't really have anything to say to him. I was just kind of laughing and just saying, dude, what are you fucking talking about, dude? You're fucking nobody. You never fought in a cage. You never been in the UFC octagon. What have you accomplished in your life that makes you think you can talk about one of the all-time greats of the welterweight division?
Colby over here. What was that game plan Donald Trump had formulated for you?
Yeah, he said, let's get on him. Let's get on him early. Let's put that cardio on him. You can take this guy down at will, and it just took me a little bit to get going, My timing was not there early on, but, Leon was switching a lot to orthodox. I didn't expect that as much as he was in orthodox, so I kind of switched up my game plan. So I was preparing to take him down on that right leg, and he kept putting the left leg in the lead, and I was kind of confused. So, it was more just the timing issue, and, I still thought I did enough, but... God bless Donald Trump for fucking everything he's done for this country. He's the greatest American and the greatest president in history.
And I know you just showed your adamance towards fighting Wonderboy Thompson next, but there was another welterweight out that fought tonight, Shavkat Rakhmonov. If the UFC decided to go down that route, is that something you would welcome, fighting Shavkat Rakhmonov next?
It doesn't really make sense. I think, Wonderboy has a bigger name. It's a bigger fight for the division, bigger business for the UFC. I'm the company, man. Whatever the UFC wants. I fought the pound for pound #1 guy. That's the pound for pound #4 guy in the world. That's him, and I feel like I wasn't even in a fight with him. So, it just shows how good I am and what I'm capable of. So anybody the UFC wants to do, but I'm looking towards Wonderboy. He said some things, and I have my bad taste in my mouth about him right now. So I want to settle that beef in the octagon.
Fair enough. And Sean O'Malley and Chito Vera are headlining the Miami card in March. Dana just announced a couple fights for that card. Would you be welcome to being added to that card, given obviously it's in Miami?
Of course I'd love to fight in Miami. 305 is my home, man. 305's giving me everything. I'm the king of Miami, so I'm gonna go back to the drawing board, see what Dana and Hunter and the UFC want to do. But I'm a company man. I'll show up anytime, anywhere, anyone. So it's a possibility, but I got to get back, see, make sure I'm healthy with my feet, and I'll talk to the UFC after that.
Thank you.
Colby, down here to your right. In the build-up to this fight, you said there wasn't anything that Leon Edwards had done during his reign that had impressed you. Has that changed now that you've shared the octagon with him?
No, nothing impressed me. I mean, honestly, I don't feel like I got in a fight. What did he do that separated himself from me? How did he show that he was like this level above me? He didn't show that tonight. He didn't knock me out. He didn't wobble me. He didn't fucking win every round decisively. It was a competitive fight. Could have went either way. It depends on what judges are sitting in the booth that night. We know how the judges are, so no, nothing impressed me. And the guy's boring, man. He's mumbling and drooling most of the time when he's talking. Like, the guy's not likable. He has no redeeming qualities. So, I feel bad that the UFC has to deal with him, in business and as their champion. It's a pathetic excuse of a champion.
And this is the third time you've come up short in the undisputed title fights. Which one hurts the most? Is it this one or maybe the first one to Kamaru?
Yeah, that's tough. They all hurt the same. They all sting, because I feel like I was right there and I had what it took to win. But I just, took my foot off the gas pedal and didn't put it down as hard and believe in myself like I know I'm capable of doing. So, I don't know. They all sting, they don't feel good, They're all fucking, they all suck. But, I got a great support system. I got my coaches, Daniel Valverde, Cesar Carnero, amazing coaches. I got my friends, Michael Wall, done so much for me. Michael Lehman's done an incredible job for me. I got some great people in my corner. They're going to lift me back up and make sure that I come back from this stronger. And, this is just a lesson learned, another lesson in life, man. That's what life's all about, learning lessons and coming back better from them.
Thank you.
Colby here. You didn't try to take Leon down until round 3. Was that the original plan, or did you think you left it a little bit too late to implement that game plan?
He was switching a lot to orthodox, so I kind of got a little confused. I didn't want to rush in on the left side because that's his, dominant side. He's a southpaw. He was doing that intentionally. I feel like he was setting up like a knee or a kick on that side. So, yeah, I wasn't ready for him to be in the orthodox as much as he was. But, yeah, I didn't pull the trigger. No excuses, man. It is what it is. It's in my rear view now, and I'm gonna come back from it better.
People talk about Colby the person and Colby the character. Is that even a thing in your eyes?
No, not at all. There is no character. I'm a guy that just turns it up to 11. I don't care what people think of me, man. You can hate me, you can love me, you can be indifferent. It makes no difference. I'm here to do the biggest and best business for this company. I love this company. I just signed a new contract with him, so I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm going to be around for many years to come. So, the best is yet to come for me. I truly believe that, and I'm going to create a lot more special moments in this company, and I'm going to keep making history. That's what I've done since the beginning, and my legacy is not set yet.
Last one for me. Are you going to try to dispute the decision tonight like Donald Trump tried to dispute the election in 2020?
I mean, the 2020 election was clearly rigged. Look at all the voter fraud, all the mail-in voting, this fake fucking COVID. You guys are all doing triple vaccines, You got Travis Kelce out there, Mr. Pfizer, saying, "Oh, get 2 vaccines at the same time." You get 2. Okay, I'm not. Even if you're pro-vaccine or not pro-vaccine, if you're getting 2 vaccines at the same time, then you're not going to know which one's going to give you the ill effect. Like, how are you going to know? So, You know, it's a complete scam what's going on in this country. The fact that you guys aren't smart enough to realize that and that the government and the establishment is treating you all like puppets, it's embarrassing, man. So obviously that was a rigged election. There's so much fucking voter fraud, mail-in ballot fraud, and, you know, tonight was another case of that, just some bad judges.
Colby, just down to your right. I know it might not matter right now, but in your pre-fight face-off with Leon on Friday evening, a lot of people were wondering whether you said I was in character or thought it was a character. Can you just sort of clear up what it was?
Yeah, I never said that. I said, no, I said, you thought I was a character. No, I'm not a character, man. I say whatever I want, whenever I want. That's what bosses do, you know? So I just let him know. I thought, because he kept saying, in the lead up, everything's a character that Cole played. I said, yeah, it was a character? Yeah, tell me now it's a character. I don't play a character, man. I'm just myself. I don't give a fuck what people think of me. Why would I care what you guys think about me? All my haters in the world are not doing better than me. I'm up here headlining events, fucking selling pay-per-views, fucking getting the most famous person on planet Earth to come support me. So why would I give a fuck about what any of you say or think of me?
And a lot's been made about you don't really cut much weight to make 170. Any chance of a move down in weight class, or are you not really thinking about that in a minute?
You know, I don't want to be a weight bully. You know, that's everything I stand against. You know, I'm trying to be the new generation of fighter that just fights at his natural weight. You know, I don't want to cut weight. You know, I just want to feel good when I fight and you know, not have to get that big advantage. I feel like cutting that type of weight is legal cheating. So I don't want to be a cheater. I've never been a cheater, never done a steroid, never cheat when I'm in the octagon. I fight fairly and I do everything by the book. So, you know, it's not something I'm interested in. You know, I want to fight everybody at my weight at 170 and prove I'm the best in the world and come back stronger from this. If DC could be fighting and winning world titles at 41, there's no reason I can't. That's still 6 years away from me. So, yeah, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. It doesn't matter how much you guys hate me.
Colby, I've got to ask, you talked about the haters that you have, but you got cheered, you got a big pop when you came out, but towards the end of the night after the decision, you got booed. Do you feel like you let your fans down tonight?
No, I don't feel like I did. I feel like, you know, I came and put on a show for them, you know, all week. You know, I entertained them in and outside the octagon. That's what it's all about, giving them their money's worth. You know, they pay their hard-earned dollars to come to these events, and they want to be entertained. They want to be distracted from whatever is going on inside their life. So, you know, I feel like, you know, it's upsetting that I didn't bring them the title that they know that we're capable of, but you know, we dust ourselves up, we get back up, and we come back stronger from it. And still have a great support system, you know, great sponsors. You know, shout out to MyBookie, the best, the king of sports books. Shout out to Happy Dad. They've done so much for me. Kyle Forgard has helped me train and get my condition to another level. So we're just going to go back to the drawing board, keep training, and come back stronger from this.
Colby, right down the middle. In your opinion, who has the best shot at beating Leon, Shavkat or Bilal?
Probably shit rat, you know, just because we saw the first fight with Bailey, the racist, you know, and who wants to put a racist in a main event pay-per-view title fight? I mean, they already made that fight before and nobody watched it. And that was during COVID when nobody had anything else to do. So how are you going to sell that as a pay-per-view? That's not a pay-per-view worthy main event. Put shit rat up there. Let's see if he's as good as all the hype says, and you know, let's see how that goes. You know, I think that's a fight for the fans, and I think that's the direction the UFC should go.